Right, what's good, everyone? This is JMB434 back with another edition of NXT Back to Black and Gold. This is on the 29th of August 2012. First things first, I do want to apologize that there hasn't been any episodes dropped in the last couple of days. Unfortunately, my Wi-Fi proceeded to be a dumbass and actually not work, so I couldn't get any uploads done. So I'm aiming as a special treat to everyone to get 3 episodes done for you in the same day. So I'm treating everyone today. So the show starts with Hunico and Camacho defeat against Mike Dalton and Jason Jordan. Starts with a lockup with Dalton and Camacho. Gets a quick tag into Jordan. Jordan works on the arm of Camacho. Camacho getting in some rights. Jordan hits 2 shoulder blocks. Camacho then hits the spine buster on Jordan. Camacho gets some rights onto the ropes to be hit by Hunico behind the referee's back. Hunico gets a tag to be double teamed for a 2 count. Jordan attempts to fight back and hits with some knees for a 2 count. Hunico continues with some stomps tagging Camacho. Camacho gets some stomps in with a lovely side suplex followed by a leg drop for another 2 count. Jordan reverses a back suplex, gets a hog tag into Dalton. Dalton gets some offense in for a 2 count after a Hurricane Rana, which defeated Hunico and Camacho last time. Dalton goes for the top and hits a double missile dropkick for another 2 count. Camacho breaks it up. Hunico then hits a slam for the 3 count after Camacho stops Jordan from going in. This was a decent little match. I gotta be completely honest with you. These 2 teams, I did actually enjoy this match. I think Dalton and Jordan looked a very good team. Hunico and Camacho, as you've probably seen them on SmackDown, they added a lot of good depth to the tag division. Speaking of tags, we get the Usos coming now to the ring to cut a promo. Now, this is not the Yeet era, nor the other trash. So at the start, Jimmy gets the crowd to chant Oos, and you say, oh, mention they have unfinished business with the Ascension. Both men call out the Ascension with the lights going out, and the music of the Ascension hits. To be tapped from behind by the Ascension, both men double team Jimmy and runs Jimmy into the ring post. The Ascension then hit the spinning and low kick to take out Jey Uso, which was then inspired by Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish later on in the time. So do the same to Jimmy in the ring, with the Ascension looking incredibly dominant in this segment, and rightfully so. They're going to be the most overpowered tag team in NXT. They got a Raw recap on Monday where Jerry Lawler and CM Punk face each other inside of a steel cage, which was not a bad match, even though Jerry Lawler was should not be wrestling by then. Punk obviously won by tapping King out with the Anaconda Vice. General Manager AJ Lee makes the match between him and John Cena for Night of Champions. How funny is it that they got married 2 years later? And Punk getting fired on his wedding day, gets his termination papers on his wedding day, which was a low by Vince McMahon. Then again, did we expect anything less? Next match tonight, Big E Langston goes one-on-one with Chase Donovan. Lock up to start. Big E overpowers Donovan and hits a running shoulder block. Big E then takes down the straps and hits him immediately with a big ending for the 3 count. This match literally lasted less than 30 seconds. This was way before the 5 count gimmick, which did arrive at a later time. In my personal opinion, I think Byron Saxton and William Regal talked about how much Big E can bench press and how much he can do in the gym. That happened longer than this match. Following the match, Riley Pierce attempts to interview Big E, literally intimidating Pierce without even saying a word. So Big E was starting to really look like an absolute badass during this time. The main event sees Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. The winner will become the first ever men's NXT champion. We get the one, the only, the legendary, the late Howard Finkel, firstly introducing Dusty Rhodes with all the NXT talent on stage. Rest in peace to the legend, the greatest hire in WWE history, one of the most important in history, the late, great Howard Finkel. Seth comes out to a big pop. Mahal comes out to booze as usual. Finkel introduces both men with Rollins and Mahal getting introductions. Mahal then refuses the handshake of Dusty Rhodes. Starts with a lockup. Rollins starts with taking down Mahal. When Mahal getting into the ropes to break up the attack by Rollins. Mahal starts an offense and gets Rollins onto the turnbuckle. Rollins finds out and hits 2 drop kicks. Rollins continues with a hammerlock and hits a chop. Rollins goes for the curb stomp with Mahal moving out of the ring. Mahal then launches Rollins out onto the rampway. This looked nasty, by the way. Then Mahal gets a 2 count. After recovering, Rollins gets back to the ring as we go to a commercial break. Mahal then attacks the lower back as we come back from commercial break. Mahal throws Rollins down, and it's a knee to the face. Rollins fights out, with Mahal attacking again the lower back and taunting the crowd. Mahal hits a backbreaker for a 2 count after an Irish whip. Mahal whips Rollins. Rollins goes down. Mahal carried out another onslaught by attacking the back again. Rollins took. No wonder Rollins always has a back injury, man. Mahal hits a suplex for a 2. Mahal then goes for the abdominal stretch, with Rollins fighting out with some rights. Mahal counters with a knee to the sternum with a close fall. Mahal attempts the camel clutch and gets to the ropes. Rollins counters with a shot to Mahal and hits an enziguri. Rollins fights out with some rights and kicks and then a comeback on Mahal. Mahal looked really good in this match, by the way. I gotta be very honest with you. Jinder Mahal just was hot and cold in WWE. That's the only thing that was a bit disappointing with Mahal. Rollins counters a knee and sends Mahal to the outside. Rollins buying some time. Rollins goes to the top and hits a crossbody to the outside. Crowd was really into this match, by the way. As we go into going into commercial break, Rollins goes to the top. Mahal drops Rollins onto his carrots and onions. Not the greatest. Mahal hits superplex as we go into the final commercial break of the evening. As we come back from break, Mahal and Rollins exchanging rights. Rollins hits a kick with Mahal connecting. Back and forth kicks with Mahal and Rollins, setting out a side slam for another 2 count. Mahal attempts a full Nelson with some shots in the back of the neck. Rollins reverses out with an arm drag. Seth hits a knee onto the top rope for a close 2 count. Rollins looks shocked with Mahal kicking out again, another 2 count. Rollins hits a running forearm and drives Mahal into the turnbuckle. Rollins then hits a super kick for another 2 count. There's a lot of close falls into this match, and I think this match was booked very well in terms of 2 counts. I did think this was a very, very good main event. Rollins goes to the top and attempts to hit the Phoenix Splash and then misses. Mahal gets up and it's a full Nelson Slam. And another kick out by Rollins. Mahal was shocked. Mahal goes for a camel clutch with Rollins fighting back and gets another 2 count. Rollins gets up and hits a buckle bomb and hits the blackout before it was known as a curb stomp for the 3 count. This was an excellent main event, and Rollins becoming the first ever NXT champion. All the superstars were at the top, looking on. Dusty Rhodes looking like a proud father and gives Rollins a hug to celebrate. All the guys come into the ring beforehand, and Rollins doing the signature pose when he wins a world championship by swinging the belt around over his head and gets lifted by several superstars to close out the show. Now, for me, this was the best episode of NXT so far during this revamp. Main event I thought was outstanding. The feud between the Usos and the Ascension was starting to pick up a little bit better. I thought the tag match was decent at the start. The way that they were showing how good Big E was going to be, I think they did the right call, making Big E into an absolute beast. The only thing that I was a bit disappointed with this show was, and I'm not playing, negative Nancy, is that the lack of the women's matches. But we will go near down the line of what they did with the women's division down the line. Anyway, so that is this episode of Back to Black and Gold. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you for the next episode, which will also be up very shortly as well, because I'm treating my fans today. We're having 3 episodes that's going to be dropped today. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later on for the next episode. Thank you, and peace.